All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM YAHWASHI, BAHASHIM, Rakak, Radash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. The lesson that I want to get into is the nation standing in fear. And as an article I just seen that came out today, I know that a lot of brothers have seen that China is it's called battle ready Beijing. Basically China's making it known public that they're preparing war and getting ready for a worst case scenario. All right, and another other stuff that a lot of stuff is actually going on now. Russia is going to hold a live missile drill outside of Norway, in the middle of these massive NATO drills. And again, China, they're displaying new weapons. There was, I guess their newest stealth fighter, called the J-20, made a rare appearance. So China's, again, making it known to the world that they're preparing themselves for war with America, Babylon. All right. So Chinese president, I think his name is Jinping, told military officials in South China Sea to be prepared for war as tensions rise between the U.S. Okay, so they're preparing for a worst case scenario. Can you see this is how these superpowers are being very delicate with this situation, because they know it's going to be a destruction for the whole world, right? It's a huge risk, because this is going to be a world war, and and it is a worst case scenario, because all these nations are going to be destroyed, right? So really, with the president making a statement like that, it is showing the irritation that the Chinese government has with America. So America's the bully, all right? They keep pushing everybody around. Now the world is pushing back, right? The world is sick of, the nations of the world are sick of being humiliated, and they're sick of appeasing the bully America. All right, because they're standing up, because they drunk in the cup, and now they're mad. All right, so I'm just gonna start here in Mark 13, and I'm gonna start at 7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. All right, so all these things, all these prophecies has to come to pass, because the things like the mark of the beast, Jacob's trouble, all right, all these other things, the hour of temptation, a lot of these prophecies have to come to pass still. All right, because this is, as it says also in Matthew, this is the beginning of sorrows. So this is 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. All right, the earth and the world is in turmoil. All right, it's shaking and quaking in its boots. All right, because these are birthing pains for the return of YAHWASHI, YAHWAH. All right, the great and terrible day. And there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. All right, this is just the beginning. All right, this is the preparation. This is the beginning of, as it says, beginning of sorrows. All right, but it has, again, all these things have to come to pass in order for the kingdom and for Israel to be redeemed. All right. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. All right, drunken off the philosophies. All right, everybody wants to come to America. All the Moabites, Ammonites, they all want to go to New York, San Francisco. They want to go to Miami. For what? Because Babylon has been a golden cup. All right, and finishing up, the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. The nations of the world are sick and putting up with America's stuff. All right, they're sick of being pushed around, being bullied, and being humiliated, being mocked, and being stepped over, and being stabbed in the back, taken advantage of. these nations are figuring out that America is so-called America, Babylon, is no good. Everybody wanted to do business with America. They wanted to trade because America made all these nations rich. All right. But now they drunk in the cup. All right. They drunk in the full cup, and now they're mad because they see that the so-called white man Esau Edom is no good. All right. He's a backstabber. He doesn't keep his word. All right. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. And again, the nations are mad. They're irritated, and they're preparing for war. And I have this clip here, you know, of the Chinese military, and they're no slouch. All right. You know, we all know America. America is their military is top notch. You know, but once, you know, these nations start coming against America, then it's going to be an actual war. It's going to be more than a war. Okay. It's Armageddon. This is Second Esdras 16 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who shall deliver me in those days? This is Esdras speaking, you know, because he had a vision. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. All right, this is that time right now. The powers of the nations of around the world, they're standing in fear because, again, they're being very, very delicate. They don't want to jump in this war because they know it's going to be destruction. They're going to be destroyed. All right, but what the Most High is going to harden their hearts, right? And they're going to come against each other because prophecy has to be fulfilled. Of course, no one wants to go on. These nations don't want to go into war. All right. Again, because they know it's gonna be destruction. They're gonna be destroyed. All right. But the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. All right. Them preparing for war. You know, we're in the arms race right now. All right. The nations are in the arm race. They're getting ready. You know, they're loading their weapons up. They're training. You know, they're all these things. You know, because again, this is the beginning of wars. All right. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. Because who's going to regard the seed of Jacob? You know, we're already oppressed. We're already the low of low. We're the poor, you know. So who's going to regard the nation of Israel? All right. That's why he's saying these things, because he didn't have the comforter back then. All right. But now we do, because YAHAWASHI was that sacrificial lamb. All right. He gave us the comforter, which is his spirit, which is the spirit, which is in these scriptures. All right. That's the difference from then and now. This is 19. Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. All right. The people of this world, you know, the Halloween coming up. I seen flyers for purge parties and stuff like that. You know, people take everything as a joke. They don't take nothing serious. And even the world is standing in fear, you know, but they're in a whole nother vibration. They're zombies. Okay, they're asleep. And all these things are going to come to pass, you know. But again, these people are not going to turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. They don't have no thought in their mind of these evils that are going to come upon them. And that's why Scripture says the day of the Lord is going to come upon. It's going to be like a thief in the night. All right, catch you while you're sleeping, because these people are asleep. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. You know, you can go to the store and get some bread. You know, go fill up your gas tank. You know, all these amenities, all these things we take for granted. You know, that, you know, as now, you know, they're normal. You know, you go to the store, get what you need, you go home, and that's it. And then these people think they're in good case. They think it's gonna go on forever. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. All right, so right now evils are growing upon the earth, because right now, in the midst of all this confusion and chaos going on here in America, on a social level, the big picture is that what's going on is these nuclear missiles are going to come upon here. All right. And people, they're worried about the wrong things. All right. And they're just confused. And as they see themselves to be in good case, evils are growing upon the earth. All right. So 22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. All right. They're going to starve to death. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if you don't die from starving to death, you're gonna be killed by the sword. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. All right, like when you walk your dog and he shits on the side, or wherever he shits at, that's how people are gonna be. All right, and there shall be no man to comfort them. All right, because they don't have the comforter, because they're not covered. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. All right, so New York, Miami, all the cities you've grown to know, and how they are, a place of tourism and whatever it makes case you may call it. It's not going to be around anymore. It's going to be destroyed. Okay, and here I finished up here in Matthew 24 and 37, because this is what's going on. So I'm just trying to paint a picture, of the things that are coming to pass. You have great evils growing. You have the nation standing in fear. Of all these prophecies coming to pass, yet people are not going to turn from their wickedness. So here, this is the perfect thing to close it all up. This is Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. All right, so shall the return of YAHAWASHI be. Okay, for as in the days that were before the flood, before destruction, okay, before these nukes, all right, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Okay, so Noah was prophesying, man, this place is going to be destroyed. It's going to be flooded. You guys have to, get right with the Lord, because, once this door closes, it's closed for good. All right, and everyone outside of this door, everyone outside of this marriage is going to be destroyed. Okay. And knew not until the flood came. So these people aren't going to know until the destruction's not, like, literally at the door. It's there. And knew not until the flood came. So these people didn't react until they seen the water, till they didn't see themselves being overflowed with destruction, and took them all away. Okay, they were destroyed. They were cast away. All right, and so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So that's going to, the same way that the days of Noah are the same days as today, when the second coming of Yahushua is going to be. All right, people are going to be, as scriptures say, eating, drinking, marrying, going to purge parties. All right, thinking about Christmas, planning Super Bowl parties, planning stuff from 10 years from now. All right. As evils grow, people are not going to turn from their wickedness until the flood comes. And that by that time, it's already going to be too late. But, just a quick lesson on, the times that we're at, man. It's just the beginning of sorrow. So we got to keep beating. It feels like, keep beating the bush. But it's very important to exhort and feed the sheep, and you have to meditate on these things, because even as I sit here, it's hard to swallow that, because why? Because we don't live it. But once it happens, that's the comfort, that you're prepared, you're well studied, all right, and you shouldn't be cast away like the rest of the people of this world. That's why it's important to have that fear of the Lord, all right. Make your call in the election sure. But again, Lord's word is edifying. And again, I'm going to give our praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Shalom.